Welcome to Booze Free with Becca, an old school drinker who woke up in her 50s only to discover there is life after the bottle. I'm your host, Becca Jacobson, and this is one girl's opinion on why we should get sober and how to do it. I offer stories, solutions, options for recovery, and inspiration and motivation for women in the second half of life to put down that bottle and start living. If you're undecided, I'm here to convince you to take the leap, and I'm here to help you along the way. Listen, gals, we've wasted enough time, so join me and my group of amazing women on the thrilling road to recovery. I'm determined to bring as many of you with me on this journey as I can, so let's get to it. Hello, gals. I want to remind you, in case you already knew, or tell you if you didn't know, that we always want to think of anything we are doing as not only doable, but even easy. What I'm saying is we should never think to ourselves, well, you know what, that's going to be really hard. I can do it. I'll grit my teeth. I'll pull up all my willpower, or I'll pull out all my resources, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be like one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I'll manage because I'm strong, I'm tough, I can do it. I'll make it happen. Well, yeah, we could probably try and do things that way, but why make it more difficult for yourself? I want you to think of anything you are doing as not only doable, but even easy. If we decide in our minds that something's hard, it will be hard. It will be difficult. What if we were to just say, oh yeah, I can do that, no problem, and have total faith that we can do it? If we have faith in ourselves, then anything we want to do, we can do. But we have to tell ourselves that. Of course, I'm talking here about the messages we send to our subconscious mind. This has come up so much in the last few months for me that I can't even believe it. There's so much power here that is untapped, that women don't use, that we really do not. We think, oh, we're getting a little woo-woo. Let's talk about the subconscious, sending the messages. And I'm not talking about positive thinking and walking around, I am happy, I am successful, I am alcohol-free, like a robot lying to yourself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about making a decision and envisioning something as being, a matter of fact, I was going to say easy, but let me just back up a bit. If we can say to ourselves, you know what, that's going to be really hard, but I'm going to try really hard, work really hard, and I'm going to make it happen. Do you really know that? Isn't that just as much of a lie as saying that's going to be easy? You don't know. First of all, if it's something you've done before, then it probably isn't hard because you've done it before. If it's something you haven't done before, how do you know it's going to be hard? Did somebody tell you that, or is it who said? Who gets to decide? Listen, what I'm trying to say is that we should always just open to what we're doing. When we decide we're going to do something, just say, okay, I've decided to do this and I can do it. And now I'm going to do the first thing that needs to be done and then the second thing. Open the heart. Wish you could see me. I've got my arms wide open. Don't be all scrunched in. Open the heart, open the mind, and just say to yourself, I can do that. Yeah, I think I'll just get to it. And have total faith in not only the fact that you can do it, but that it'll come to you with ease. If you believe that it'll come to you with ease, it will come to you with ease. I really think we make things a lot more difficult than they have to be by building it up in our minds. So if you have a big life decision or a big change coming up, or maybe you're thinking about making a change, or you think about quitting drinking alcohol, or maybe you're thinking about changing your job, or maybe it's a relationship, or does it have to be difficult? There may be other people involved, and there may be some painful or difficult conversations that have to be had, but that doesn't make it difficult. I'm asking you to avoid exaggerating the difficulty of things. We do that. We build stuff up in our minds, decide it's going to be hard, long, arduous process, and then hunker down and try to get it done. And half the time we fail. And the whole thing was painful and agonizing and difficult, and why? Let's just have faith in ourselves that we know what we want and we are very quite capable of accomplishing whatever it is we want. I did this. I did it so much. You know what? I made everything so difficult in my life. When I decided I wanted to get a college degree, I do not come from an educated family. So I'm first generation college grad. There are more and more of us coming up now. There was a time that basically the only people in college were people who come from families of educated people. But I'm a college professor, and I can tell you lots and lots of my students come from families where no one else has been to college. So there's lots of first generation college students and college grads coming up now, and not quite as many back when I was there, but we were there. I was there. And I decided that I wanted to do that, and I decided it was going to be really hard. It was going to be expensive. Oh, am I smart enough? Will people judge me? Will I be able to make friends? All of these barriers I made. I did it, but let me tell you, I did it with gritted teeth for 4 years for my bachelor's degree and more years in grad school. I gritted my teeth, and I had the whole time basically a chip on my shoulder. Look, this might be easy for you, but it's hard for me. This is hard. I'm doing a hard thing. And my family didn't help because they thought it was hard. And so they'd say, wow, I can't believe what Becky's doing. Can you believe what she's doing? That must be so hard what she's doing. And so we all just believed it, and it ended up being really hard. Well, if I wish I'd known, I could have just said, yeah, why not? I'm going to go to college. What the heck? If others can do it, I can do it. And go take the first course, do the first semester, take the first test, write the first essay, and just do one thing at a time. And because I know now it wasn't hard. It was no harder for me than anyone else, and college isn't hard. Anyone who puts their mind to it can do college. Trust me. So, what are you building up in your mind for no particular reason? Just because we think we have to. Nothing is really that hard. You might say, well, being a really good piano player is hard. Not if you practice. Just go and learn how to be a piano player. Maybe a certain sport seems hard to you. Well, just go learn how to do it. Once we know how to do something, it's not hard, is it? I've had people say, wow, it must be really hard what you do. And I'm like, no, just because I know I learned how to do it. If you want to do it, go learn how to do it. Look, don't build things up in your mind, including if you want to get alcohol out of your life, don't build it up. Don't run around for weeks and months and years saying, oh boy, but when that day comes, I can't imagine life without alcohol. It's going to be really hard. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I'm not sure if I'm ready because that's going to be tough. Oh boy, oh boy. What the heck? Don't do that. Open the heart and take a deep breath and just say the word faith. Faith. Faith in yourself. Anything that anyone else can do, you can do too, within reason. I don't expect you to go to the moon, okay? But within reason, I'm assuming that your hopes and dreams are reasonable. And I don't mean by reasonable, I don't mean small and wimpy. You can go to grad school, go ahead. You can change your life, you can do. So why build it up into some big hard thing? And by the way, okay, wait a minute. If you're saying, yeah, well, what you don't understand, Becca, is that I have ADHD, or I don't know how to, or I have this, or have that. No. Sorry, no. All that's doing is just building it up in your head. Whatever barriers you have, do not make it more difficult. There are resources out there, accommodations for students who need accommodation. No. As soon as you say, well, it might be easy for others, but it's going to be hard for me because of fill in the blank, you just made it harder for yourself. Over and over, I hear people say that. Yeah, well, I can't do that because of. And I don't buy it. It's just a story we make up in our minds. Whatever you want to do, my dear, you can do it. It's the story you build up in your mind. It's what you tell yourself. So I want you to think of anything you want to do, think of it as easy. Just say the words. That'll be easy. I can do that. I'm quite capable. So I'm going to do the very first thing, and I'll do the second thing, and then I'll do the third thing. Don't think about all the weeks or months ahead and whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. If it's a long-term goal like college, or if it's whatever it is, you just think about the first thing you got to do. If you're going to give up alcohol, you don't think about your life without alcohol. You don't think about your next birthday or the next Christmas or the next holiday. You think about one day. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to not drink today. Just today. That's it. If I want to drink tomorrow, I'll drink tomorrow. I can do that. Who's going to stop me? Nobody. Nobody's going to stop you. So go ahead. If you want to drink tomorrow. But just take a break for today. Just one day. That's all we do. That's how we quit drinking. One day at a time. That's how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So whatever you're trying to undertake, quit blowing it up into a big, gigantic thing. Back up, slow down, take a deep breath, have faith in yourself, and realize all you got to do is take the first step. And the first step's always the hardest. Even the first step's not hard. We just build that up in our minds as well. Okay, so whatever it is that you've been putting off because you figure it's hard, no more. Write it down in your journal today. I can do this, and it'll be easy, and I'm going to start with this. Figure out the very first step and go and do it. And if you want help with any of it, especially the alcohol, you know who to call. Becca at recoveringwithbecca.com. That's me. I hope to hear from you soon, but either way, I really, really hope that you take this to heart and build the life you want. And remember, I'm rooting for you. Bye for now. Now's your chance to send me back some love, gals. Subscribe, follow, leave me a good review, share, all that good stuff. And if you can't leave a good review, shoot me an email and let me know what's going on at becca at recoveringwithbecca.com. Thanks for listening, gals. And don't forget to join me on Facebook or Instagram. And you can leave me a review, you can follow me, you can subscribe, you can share. And I'd love to hear from you at becca at recoveringwithbecca.com. Bye for now.